close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And of the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Facts, lot of haters. Tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Woo. I'm going mainstream.
You struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will cater to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
This isn't just merch, it's what teams wear when they mean business. Every stitch, every print, every detail, made to perform. Trusted by the grind, from grassroots to championship halls. Build your team store. Wear the brand that wins. SpartanWare, trusted by the grind.
Hello and welcome back in, RSC fans. I hope you've enjoyed all of the action that we've had this week and this weekend, because it's just going to continue to get better as we now jump into the rival playoffs. My name is Borky, and joining me is the very talented and lovely Denka Avocado. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. After all the dramas we've had in the last 10 minutes, we're here. We're ready to get loud. So yeah, looking forward to some of this Rocket League rival playoffs.
Oh, and I'm so glad that you were able to join me. Thank you for the last minute substitution, but you picked a very good match for this one. We have a in-conference matchup here against Vortex and 20 Rocketeers. Both of these teams finished within the top 3. So Vortex, that #1 spot, they did get that bye right into the semifinals. And for 20 Rocketeers, they had a little bit of a battle through the play-ins to get into the upper bracket. So no elimination here. It is upper bracket. Both of these teams do have that extra lifeline, but it's going to be a close one. And we can go ahead and take a look at the journey that some of these teams had to make to get to this point, to get into playoffs, as we take a peep at the play-in bracket here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Like, you've got Rocketeers coming off 4-2 there against Carls. So, you know, are they going to keep up that momentum going into this game, or are Vortex going to turn around and go, no, we're just going to shut you right down and we're going through and you're not? So good to see. See who's going to pop off, see who's going to get them flip resets and make them tactical plays forward. But Borky, yeah, it's interesting to see what's going to happen. What do you reckon?
Yeah, you know, that's always going to be a question of whether or not, if a team has that bye, if they're going to be as warmed up, because you don't have that all that play-in experience. But I mean, Vortex, a team that's super talented, super well-rounded. I mean, again, it's no easy feat to finish top of your conference. So coming into this matchup, it's going to be, I would say, in my opinion, very evenly contested. Both of these teams very similar on their goals scored. A couple more conceded over on the end of 20 Rocketeers. But at the end of the day, it is going to be kind of a toss-up here. But I know we have some talent prediction. We'll get to that later. We're running a little bit behind schedule, so we'll just throw in our predictions here. And I'm going to start with a nice Def Cloud. I'm going to give them a 3-1 here, just because I know they're the favorites across the board for a couple of teams.
Funny that I was actually saying 3-2 to Def Cloud, obviously being Vortex, but Rocketeers did show up that 4-2 getting to this point. So, you know, I do think it's probably going to go to Game 5. And that deciding game on Champs Field will be the one that makes it.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, we do have a very, very long day full of action. So would it be a fitting start for it to be a Game 5, especially in the upper brackets? We know how covenant that is, and a lot of teams don't really like playing in the lowers because, again, there's it's an additional stress factor, and you don't really know what's going to happen. Any given day can be your downfall if somebody's just not feeling themselves that day, or the chemistry is just not flowing. So you never really know, and that's why you like to have as many chances as you can. We'll just continue to make sure that we get all the players into the lobby. I know Rocket League was having a bit of issues with their servers, so hopefully that shouldn't be in any remaining nuisances here for us today.
So you think just before we all went live, we had issues with the servers going, no, we don't want to play today. A bit like we had last night, the last match, which is unfortunate for us guys as a whole, as RSC. You know, the servers go down, there isn't much we can do. But luckily, kickoff, okay, a little bit behind schedule, but at least we're all here. And by the look of it, I think everyone's in the lobby, or they're just about nearly there. But again, Def Cloud seems to be that name on everyone's lips, and not just for rival, it's happened across most of the tiers. Can they stay on top though? That is the question, because I'm sure Mr. Space Crisp himself will want them to come through on this one.
Yeah, and I know historically within RSC that whatever team is that #1 seed coming in typically don't perform as well as it's expected of them into the playoffs. So You always have to wonder if there's like a little bit of extra factor in between, or if they're just going to be, that extra stress addition or like that winner's tilt.
It's like, can you keep it up? Can you keep it up? Maybe not. Or it's coming in from number one saying, can you, continue with that form? I know you've done it most of the season, but can you keep it on now when it means to be, if you get what I mean. They are all on the pitch and we are ready. Where's this one gonna go?
Well, it is game number 1. We are finally kicking off here. Sorry for all the delays, but it's time to get into the action. You've heard us waffle enough. And right now, it's going to be a little battle here between two of the purple logos. Again, some players don't really have names here, which is going to be interesting. I blame the Rocket League servers, but we'll do our best for your viewing enjoyment. And it's going to be Killa that just instantly gets this ball rolling here for 20 Rocketeers.
Manages to get it past TJ there, and Magic just too slow. It'd be a bit of an annoyance there for him, but again, nerves. First game on stream. What's going to happen? Okay, come on, let's calm down a little bit. Killer will take this one. Pops it across to Jared. Can get it back down to Killer. No, he can't because he gets intercepted, but TJ will just throw this possession away. Stealthy Wolf on the side there. Tries to pop it in, but Easy Good, or Easy God, is there to intercept.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I know we can see some of the names there, or I think only 2 of the names on stream. Unfortunately for me, I have no name, so I have no idea who's getting involved here in the action, but it is action none the least here. We'll see 20 Rocketeers, though, building some nice pressure. They're still just trying to establish themselves early in this game. Again, coming against that number 1 seed, you want to come out swinging, want to put the pressure on them. A big demo, though, coming out from Vortex allows them right down the other side of the pitch. Pass coming into the midfield, broken up, though. We'll see a quick follow-up here. Somebody coming in, screaming hot, but for right now, 20 Rocketeers doing a good job holding.
I love the fact that I must be the only person in the lobby that can actually see everyone's names, because I can see Magic. Stealthy Wolf now's got this ball, but will get intercepted by Easy Good. rsc-eu will pass it in the centre, can get a follow-up. TJ, though, with the absolute patience of a saint, Magic tries to clear this one away. Stealthy Wolf will push this one forward, intercepted there by Easy Good, and again, there's just no real forward momentum from the side of 20 Rocketeers at the moment.
But this one up towards the backboard, trying to get the follow-up here. All 3 players involved in the touches. Another one coming in dangerously towards net, a little high above the woodwork. Follow-up still denied here. And for Vortex, they are making a stand. 20 Rocketeers are being relenting with that pressure. And one thing I do want to point out here is we're approaching halfway through this game, and Vortex is yet to produce a shot on net.
I mean, it's like, is it the nerves because you're on stream, or is it because you know that, if you go down to that lower bracket, you've then got a hell of a fight all the way up till that grand final, and then if you get the bracket reset as well, it's like you've got a lot of work to do. So you don't want to be going down. You want to win this series, so it's a question of, can you keep your composure? Can you keep that composure? But Magic is there to collect this ball. Tries to pop it in the centre for his teammate, but his teammate does get demoed for the try.
Ooh, and I'm glad that you actually said Magic there, because looking at the rosters here, I believe Magic might be one of like the standout players here for Vortex that have had a phenomenal season. And they're going to be, my opinion, the big game changer here. Vortex is going to be able to get back into this game. What are they're going to be able to do? Well, it's an open net, and it's going to be Killa that finds his second here. And with this clock still just ticking away, you're going to have to wonder, maybe Vortex is trying a little bit too much and overcommitting there.
You saw that. Was it Killer or was it Jameso? Because Jameso should have had the goal, but Killer wanted to secure it for his teammate. Like, at the end of the day, okay, I've stolen a goal off my mate, but Does it really matter? If it's in the back of the net and you're on your same team, then it really doesn't matter. Unless it's a flip reset, absolute double touch worldie goal, then maybe. And that's an absolute fantastic save there by TJ for making it not that 3-0 deficit that they do not need right now.
And again, I feel like this game could just be really back and forth, but for a majority of it, it has been spent in possession here for the 20 Rocketeers. Finally, Vortex recording 2 shots in the final minute of this game. They'll get a third one put on here, but it's an easy collection over into the corner. Quick challenge, though, from TJ. Tries to put another one towards target. Still finds its way out, but Vortex finally a little more pace, a little more persistency behind them. But
And
they have to be careful because it's an open net.
I was going to say that little bit of magic was there, but magic was not quick enough and he couldn't get it in. Stealthy Wolf's going to be kicking himself there. Double touch, but it went the wrong way. You don't want it in your own net, but again, you've still got more games to go. You can, unless you're going to do a gentle mates and absolutely destroy it in 10 seconds in the last match, either get a goal now or move next, go next. It's okay. You've worked out the other team by now. What possession, what sort of shots they want on net. There we go. TJ thinking forward, but Stealthy Wolf just can't get it on that target.
And I mean, yeah, we're seeing a lot more life here from this Death Cloud side, but I mean, the looks just aren't really connecting as they might have hoped they would be. At least they're spending time here on the other side of the pitch. It won't really matter. Maybe one for the road, but no, even the corner is going to play defense and deny them something here. So they're kept shut out in the first game. And 20 Rocketeers jump out to a very phenomenal start.
Sort of telling you, like, telling the other team, it's like, look, guys, we're there, we're here, and we are going to take it through till the next series. You know, you're not letting us go. You're not letting us go down to the lower bracket. We're going to the top bracket, and there's nothing that you can say or do with the performance there. You think, like you said, Vortex had what, 3-4 shots, if that. Vortex, there you go, 5 shots.
But the big thing about Vortex there is that they didn't record a majority of those shots until the final minute, and by then it was a little bit too late. And I mean, look at the saves though on the side of Vortex. There's 5 there for TJ, 3 for Stealthy Wolf, and it just really speaks to the level of offense that 20 Rocketeers was able to establish there.
So yeah, it's interesting to see. Like, you look at the academy tier back down for where I am, and you get the shots, but you don't get the consistency. Whereas here, back in the upper tiers, the rivals, the elites, the master tiers, it's, you know what I mean? The shots can be just let go. Like, people don't manage to get the shots that they want to get because they've been taken off. It looks like we are having a little bit of issues with the servers again. Seems to be Rocket League deciding to have a funny 5 minutes again. Let's hope it's not all day, every day, because this will be a very long day for everybody involved if this carries on.
Yeah, I mean, we saw yesterday, unfortunately, the grand final had to be rescheduled over in the Challenger playoffs just because servers went down. And yeah, I feel bad for Rhino and Beeping Sheep because they talked their hardest that they could for about like an hour or so, and then eventually just had to give the call that, hey, servers are down. Well, fingers crossed that's not the case here, because I would love to continue the rest of the series and the rest of today, because as we mentioned, it is very exciting action. And I know we kind of brushed past it a little bit, but I think while we're waiting for everything to get reestablished, we can probably just take a quick look at the playoff bracket just to see all the teams that are going to be playing right now over on the mainstream, and then later here today while we get the lobby back up. Or actually, I think the lobby might be back up soon, so we'll just speed past this section again. But yeah, as you can see, a couple of these matches already being played out here. Continuum up 2-0, Tizok up 2-0 against Carls, and Shinjuru 1-0 against Journeyman. We know the results here. It's 1-0 right now for Rocketeers over Vortex. So we'll just make sure all the teams can get into the lobby. Everyone's all good. If you have any concerns or want to yell at anybody, you can blame Epic Games and Rocket League themselves.
So we're trying to get Mr. Chebs, the producer himself, if everyone get a W in the chat for him because he's taking his time out today, as well as we all are, just to, let you guys see this in play, even when we do get back on the field. Do you know what I mean? Everyone in RSC takes their time out. We all don't. None of us gets paid. We all take our times out to comment, to produce all the graphics and things like that. Everyone is here for everybody else. It's not just like a half-assed. Let's have a little stream. It's done properly, and you got to put a W in the chat for everyone. Let's see if we can get Chebs back. Can we get Chebs back? That's the question.
Yeah, Chebs is just trying to force his way back into the lobby. We do have the players all together. I think we just got our producer in. I can see names this time. The stream can see names this time. So we'll be able to get back on a little bit of a more level term as now we jump right back in to some epic Rocket League action.
Here we go. Can the 20 Rocketeers keep up their winning streak, or will it be Vortex getting that 1-1 draw for this game?
Yeah, and we didn't get the lovely map change. No Forbidden Temple as of right now, just because, some nice Rocket League issues. But we can all brush past that because it's not the map we're here to look at. It's these shots that Jameso's putting on that we're here to look at. It's this off defense from Vortex that was pretty stellar besides a few moments. And oh my goodness, a bunch of demos are coming out here on the side of 20 Rocketeers to start things off.
I'm surprised no one's using the Simpsons card, if I'm brutally honest, but what a bump by a teammate. Bumping plays with your teammate to get the goal. That's incredible. Jameso just managed to get the flick, but Killer comes in and goes, nah, here, mate, have a little bump, have the goal for us. Incredible little play there.
Yeah, you got to enjoy the pool shots when they do come in. They're very rare and far few, but when they happen, they are phenomenal. A quick shot there from Esgod is pushed aside by Magic. And it seems like, once again, Vortex find themselves in a similar situation to Game 1, where they're playing a lot more defense than they might have been hoping for. Magic's trying to get the score back on a level playing field. We'll take a shot at net. Stealthy Wolf trying to keep this in. Magic collects, going for a solo opportunity, gets a 50 around Killa. TJ screaming in, but can't connect there.
I want to see some magic by Magic. There we go. There's some individual brilliance there by him. Does get like about 3 or 4 touches of the back wall, but doesn't manage to get it on the net that he wants to get it on. TJ throw, trying to pass it in the centre, but Stealthy Wolf just whiffs there. Definitely not what they needed. And if Vortex were your top performing throughout the league, this isn't the sort of game I thought I'd see. I thought they would be on top from get-go, but it clearly doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just... We talked about if 20 Rocketeers would come out swinging, and that's exactly what they've done. They're leading here. They're about to get another, as his Ed's got that, just slots it right beneath the defender that was jumping for that one. And it's another situation where the 20 Rocketeers put themselves up on that pedestal.
The only thing I can say is, obviously with my prediction saying 3-2 to Vortex, they need a reverse sweep if it carries on going like this. Like, I know it's only 2 goals. We still have 3 minutes nearly left of the match, but nothing's really happening much. It's like 20 Rocketeers are just taking away this game, saying, "Nope, we're having it. Thank you very much. See you later." It's I'm actually quite shocked that they haven't managed to score even 1 goal yet, because we've had a whole nearly 7.5 minutes of no goals from them.
And I mean, that you gotta have to wonder what that does to the confidence. It becomes more of a mental task, thinking, hey, we haven't scored yet. We've been shut out in the first game. We're being shut out right here One thing, though, that I do have to give them a credit for, and you can always look for micro wins in Rocket League to help you out, is they've recorded a lot more shots at this halfway point of the game than they did in the previous one. So you know the offense is there. The looks are becoming more and more. Here's a great flick, and TJ finally breaks their stalemate, and Vortex get a scoring opportunity.
DJ with a little flick, saw that Easy Good wasn't there in time, and manages to take this deficit just to 1 goal now. So 2:17 left on the clock. Can they get back into that form that they've been throughout all season, and take this one back where they should be taking it?
They do have plenty of time left here on the clock, about 2 minutes to get at least one more goal, but they have to play that stellar defense. They can't really afford to create some of those overcommits that they did in the first game. Magic, great break up there in the midfield, tries to push this past the center line. Killa is just going to collect it instead, play this around TJ. Quick shot comes in, but it's intercepted and red before any danger really comes from it. Magic can't connect there. Killa towards target, gets a follow-up there, but still high off the woodwork.
I'm still putting it down to nerves, knowing that they're on stream, knowing that they're being watched by everyone else, because there's been so many discombobulated, as Kiki would put it, touches from the side of Vortex. It's like there's no team plays. It's just hit ball, go that way. There's no... It seems like they're not even communicating. Whereas 20R, on the other hand, they're just going, do you know what? No. Look at us go. We're going to take this game away. Even though you might have been top dog, who's top dog now?
Yeah, I mean, again, that you can also kind of chalk it up to 20R had to play an extra match to get into the playoffs through that play-ins. They had a really dominant performance in that match as well. So it's not really a surprise that they're continuing that fashion here into this game. But for DefCloud, they need some sort of resurgence urgently here. We'll see James O trying to take us off this right-hand wall as God gets a follow-up. Big touch there from Magic to at least keep it out, but it will waterfall down in front of net regardless. TJ trying to collect that, but look at this third man positioning here from the 20 Rocketeers. They just have somebody always waiting for a follow-up and keeping Vortex cornered on their own half.
I honestly, that little... It must be a 20 Rocketeers thing, because how many times have they bumped their teammate into a goal? Now, that's twice it's happened? 3 times? And they even went for it then. Killer, again, seems to be the man on their team that can see the goals there and managing to get a touch on his teammate to make sure it gets in the back of that net. But again, it's going to have to be a reverse sweep for Vortex to take this series away.
And as this ball does touch ground, 20 Rocketeers have made such a strong argument that they're not only here to go on a long run in the playoffs, but that they're a team to be reckoned with as a potential favorite. I mean, you were talking about some of those bumps and stuff, and you just have to wonder, is that rehearsed? Is that something that you put in chemistry, or is it just Killa saying, hey, you're a little too slow here for me?
It's interesting. It really is interesting. You look at the score, even the scores, like Killa were 418, James O 315, and Easy Good. I'm going to call him Easy Good because it's a song from my era. Even though it is He's Good, He's God, but Easy Good is what I feel like that's what his name should be, because he should be good, right? And he's playing solidly. Just yeah, as a team thing, it's like, can Vortex actually come out swinging in this next match? I do believe they have called a timeout, so we will give them the time that they need to talk things through. Think about some strategies to get past this 20 Rocketeers team.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the start that they might have been looking for. They're probably going to be wanting to, get themselves re-established. That's why they're taking this timeout right now, just to kind of talk it through. You didn't get, again, you're that number 1 seed, so you expect a little bit more, but that comes to my favorite term that I love in Rocket League, which is winner's tilt. where you come in, you think that it's just going to be a cakewalk, or yeah, we've done this all season. Why not? We're just going to come out there and win. And you kind of are a little too overconfident. You don't play exactly to the play style that you would hope to be playing to. And 20 Rocketeers seem to just be taking full advantage of that right now. DevCloud, though, again, reverse sweep territory here. It's a very daunting challenge that they're going to have to go through.
Yeah, so as someone said in chat there, complete Goomba stomp. Well, that's what we want to see. Like I said, I want to see game 5. So are we going to get game 5, or are they just going to do it in a sweep? They need... I don't know what they need. They're just not getting the opportunities on that net that they needed. And Borky, I don't know what they can do differently to get forward in this game.
See, and I'm no coach or analyst, but one thing that I think that DevCloud might be interested in trying to implement here is some of those. I mean, a lot of people hate it, but I love it because it's a part of the game. Demos and bumps, they work dividends if you are able to land it in the correct time. Because, I mean, we saw 20 Rocketeers. Their first goal, it was Esgod. He won a cross net and demoed 2 DevCloud players. And then by the time you spawn in, you don't have the full boost that you might have. Your rotations are all messed up. That goal line's open. And so you just really need to be more careful for that, but also try to give them a taste of their own medicine. Throw in some bumps yourself, see what that might be able to produce for you, because we're at a point here now for DevCloud where your backs are against the wall. Yes, you're not going to be eliminated, but you do have a very long day through lowers if that's where you end up playing from.
And you did see that timeout is now completed, and you did see Magic trying a couple of times there in that last match. He was trying to go for the bumps on that back line to try and remove the threat, and just never managed to successfully do it. So players are on the field, and we shall get this one underway.
Ooh, and it's a big, important game here for both of these teams. For 20 Rocketeers, it's the potential of sweeping the #1 seed of the Glaciers Conference. And for Vortex, it's your fight for the upper bracket. It's game 3. Vortex needs this one to start a potential reverse sweep. And we'll see if a couple more games of Rocket League are required for this, or if 20 Rocketeers are going to close things out. And by the looks of this shot here from Jameso, they're just going to continue that trend of scoring early.
As you can see, like, Magic and Stealthy Wolf there were just... Who was third man? Because one of them needed to be third man in that situation, but they were both second man. And it's come on, you guys have probably done this all day, every day in league play. And now you're at your playoffs play. Come on, you need to continue that conversation. Continue that, you know... The comms at least.
Yeah.
You've got to take this game, because if you do not take this game, you are down to that lower bracket.
We'll see, though. I mean, a couple shots recorded here early for Vortex. They're keeping the ball here on this side of the field. It's going to be a big flick there from Esgod that at least opens up some of that pressure for 20 Rocketeers. Stealthy Wolf not able to get behind that ball. Does try to bump off Jameso, though, so that's a good look. I'm a big fan of that because, again, you want to disrupt play. 20 Rocketeers seem to just have everything flowing in their favor. And Esgod is just going to strike from this right side of the pitch, and that one is slotted to perfection.
So that timeout doesn't seem to have gone in Vortex's favour. You can see Stealthy Wolf there locked in, but is he locked in enough to at least manage to get this game back in their favour? You think you've gone 2 goals down in the first minute. It's a long uphill battle now just to even get one game, let alone the 3 that you require to win this series. Or did they have a chat and say, do you know what? It might be an easier run through the lower bracket. Let's just do it that way. This game's a write-off already. Let's go. So it's like, what have they said to each other to try and make ends meet as such?
I mean, it's always going to be a question of how mental is developing in Rocket League, especially as you get up higher in the tiers. You Would expect the mentals to be a little bit more stronger just because some of these players a bit more experience. We'll see TJ collecting here. 2 players from 20 Rocketeers instantly behind this ball. Magic can't connect there, so it relies on Stealthy Wolf to at least clear the net for a little bit longer. Jameso, though, gets an infield pass shot on, and TJ comes away with that save. And TJ's been a phenomenal save maker in this entire series, but you can only save for so long. Eventually, you run out of boost and resources.
TJ there is #1 on their roster, though, so with that save there, you could see straight away that's some little bit of life left in them. How much life have they got left in them is the question. Stealthy Wolf just versus Killer. There's a 1v1 situation. Magic with no boost. TJ will just rush in there. Can he get a touch out to the middle? He can't. He does get intercepted by Easy Good. Again, Easy Good, Easy Good. Man, Easy Good. So there you go. If anyone wanted to know what the song was, that's what it is. I want to see Vortex just do something. It just seems like they're being shut down at every single alleyway, every shot, every passing play, even like we said about demos and stuff. They're not even managing to get them. So they've just been shut out by 20R, and 20R are playing a phenomenal game.
Dude, but it's not like Vortex aren't getting down the other side of the field. They've had a couple looks here. They've recorded 6 shots across all of them. Stealthy Wolf trying to get another one recorded there. But they're looking for these passing plays, or they're looking for these solo opportunities, and a lot of them are just read by 20 Rocketeers before they can develop into anything. And when you have that kind of defense just playing one step ahead of you, it's a lot more harder to get creative on these offensive situations. We'll see a long clearance here from Killa. Magic trying to jump for this one, trying to stop the pressure from developing. You need to stop the bleeding because we're approaching a minute left here, and Vortex still remains scoreless.
It's meant. I'm shocked. You've got to basically you've got to score now, Vortex, and then you've got a minute to try and get another one to take it to overtime. But it looks like the magic has not been produced by Magic this time round. He's getting that's what we're talking about, getting the bump there, but getting the bump with no shot from any of his teammates or even possession from his teammates. It's a shame because if you look back to the league play and how they managed to get number 1 in league play, and this is just fallen. What are you going to do differently, or are you going straight out? Because the next series you're playing is bust. You lose them and you're out. So you've played all season to, get number 1, but you're not number 1 when it comes to what it means.
I know with these final 10 seconds now flashing on the screen for everybody on the pitch to see DefCloud, they need something now. It is Stealthy Wolf that finally gets a little bit something here for Vortex. There's 4 seconds that remain, so that means this kickoff is going to be so crucial. Whoever gets the better of this one is going to potentially call the game here. TJ, ball does go towards the side here for the Vortex, but
they can't let up now.
No, it was put in field, and somebody from DefCloud was there for the shot, just a little bit too far ahead of them. And as ball touches ground, it's a 3-0 sweep for the Rocketeers, something that myself and a couple other talent might not have expected here. But the Rocketeers look very, very convincing.
I was shocked. I wanted that 4 seconds left. Can't let up now. At the NRG, the Justin goal. That's what we want to see. We want to see some of that magic, but unfortunately, 20R, 20 Rocketeers, they do take this one in a sweep. So will that set up the rest of their games for the rest of the week, or for the rest of the night? Sorry, or is that just the one saving grace they had? Because they move on through the uppers, and DefCloud. Vortex. Well, they didn't really create a Vortex today, did they?
No, it was definitely... They didn't have the wins behind them today, unfortunately. But they do have another chance. Again, they dropped to the lowers, but we can take a quick look at the comparison here between these two teams as we get the post-series stats. I mean, 20 Rocketeers obviously scoring more goals. They've only recorded 2 more shots, though, which is a bit more interesting. But if we look at the comparison of saves, that kind of speaks for the level of the game. And then, I mean, the ball possession, that was obvious that 20 Rocketeers were going to be in charge of that.
Just even the field domination. So field domination 52-48, but the MVP, which I didn't even need to say it, is Killer. Killer, you think with his 5 shots, all right, he only had 1 goal, but he bumped a few of his mates into that to make them have some goals. So with the saves as well, obviously on the back line, you've got to be there for the saves. If you're not there for the saves, you're conceding as much as they are. So Killer, MVP of that series, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, 7 saves is ridiculous. I mean, that's more than half of your team saves. So, great performance there from Killa, really willing the 20 Rocketeers win there. But for DefCloud, again, they'll have to make a run through the lowers. 20 Rocketeers will be looking to face off the winner of the other upper bracket match that's happening over on the mainstream. So make sure to check that out. I'm not sure if that's concluded yet. So my apologies there on that matter. But for us, Dank Avocado and Borky, we're going to just send us to a quick break so we can get ourselves all prepared for that next matchup here. So stay tuned.
Struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will cater to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
This isn't just merch, it's what teams wear when they mean business. Every stitch, every print, every detail, made to perform. Trusted by the grind, from grassroots to championship halls. Build your team store. Wear the brand that wins. SpartanWare, trusted by the grind.
you struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will tailor to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
This isn't just merch, it's what teams wear when they mean business. Every stitch, every print, every detail, made to perform. Trusted by the grind, from grassroots to championship halls. Build your team store. We're the brand that wins. SpartanWare, trusted by the grind.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am the dank of the avocado variety, and beside me I have Wilkie. Look at him, there he is, look, with his nice little hat on. We're here this time for Azteca versus DSQ. Obviously DSQ's just come down from that upper bracket, and Azteca want to take their lower bracket run even further. So, Wilkie, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, well, you know, it's very difficult. Oh, hello. It's very difficult because, you know, you have Caligo that was first in league play coming down into the lower bracket and playing Tizok, which was, can't remember, but I think it was, if I can have a look here, they were 5th in league play, right? And that kind of had to say something because Tizok, they've made it all the way through play-ins. And doing that is some achievement. They've beat every single team. They went 3-4 against Mirage. They went 4-3 against Apophis, and beating Cowls 3-0 means that they're probably on good form for today. And well, Caligo, they've only played one game, and they lost it to Continuum, who was 3rd in league play. So having that in mind, I think it's going to be a close series, but I feel like Caligo's going to make it.
It is interesting to see that both the first place teams from both conferences, both have just lost to significantly other lower teams in their conferences. So is it because they're absolutely on fire, or is it because they thought they went into these series going, oh yes, okay, we're going to win, it's fine, don't worry about it, and now they haven't? So for the likes of 20 Rocketeers and Continuum, obviously they're going to be on, they're going to be happy as Larry with it. But the likes of Azteca, they're going to want to keep up that 3-4, 3-4, and now 3-0 against Carls. Do you know what I mean? They're going to want to continue that form into this series. And if Caligo's mental is a bit chalked, I have a strange feeling Azteca probably are going to take this one away from him and continue through that lower bracket.
I have to disagree because Caligo, yes, they've only won the series, but that was their check. right? That was their check. That was their first chance of going through, and now this is their last, right? They have to perform, and I believe that they will with the roster that they have, being Lolly, EM4, Change, and Blizzy. It's a very high quality roster, and I feel like they have some a big star potential, whereas Tizoc is more grounded, and as long as they play as a team, they will do all right. So it really depends on how Caligo plays, in my opinion, that will determine the series.
That's true. So I was going to say, when we get on to predictions, this is what it looks like for some of the people from RSC. You got two people there. Veiled and Hodge both think that Tizoc, aka Azteca, are going to at least get second. But then again, you've got others like Tezik, Sato, and Kiki all thinking they're at least going to get fourth. So they're going to make their way through. I think the DSQ logo and the Azteca logo is a bit mix and match for all of it. So, you know, are the people in our RSC, are they right or are they wrong? That is the question.
I mean, honestly, I feel like they're all waffling because Caligo, they're probably going to win. Yeah, they don't know ball. Like, they're all casters. They don't know how to play the game. See, I've only casted 3 games. And, you know, I have to say, I'm a little bit better. I won't say that good, but I'm still a little bit better. Anyway, I have to say, I think Caligo's going to make it. And I feel like Tizoc's going to come out of the series. What do you think?
Okay, so for me, Azteca, got to go with them. And I'm going to go 3-1. Because Caligo only took 1 game off the last people. They're going to take 1 game off this one. So 3-1 for me. What about
3-1
yourself?
for you. Oof. I think it's going to be a close series, but I feel like Caligo has it, and I'll go with 3-2. Right.
Oh, so you're going to game 5.
I'm going game 5. We want to make it entertaining.
That's cool. Well, it does look like everyone's on the pitch, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And if that is the case, we shall get this one underway, because we are going to Manfield Night, one of my favourite stadiums. And the only reason I say that is because it's always the one that you're guaranteed to see every single time you play.
Of course, yeah. And it's one of the best looking stadiums as well. You can see everything on the pitch. There isn't any distractions in the background. And hopefully that will go in favour of DSQ as we start the kickoff. And Change already winning with EOM4. I can't say that name for some reason, but he's looking for a clear. Can't quite get it as Fall gets the intercept. Looking for a mid pass or a solo play. Either one could work. Change getting the clear. A little bit of pressure coming on to the Caligo side as Azteca do figure their way around. EM4 looking for a mid pass, couldn't quite get it. Lolly last in defense, puts into the corner. Looking for maybe a ceiling pinch, doesn't quite get it with Fall getting the interception. Marv now getting 2 touches. It doesn't make much of an impact in this situation as the pressure is still on Azteca as Dobby's less in the net and EO4 doesn't quite get the shot on.
Oh, you see, look, we've had played a minute already. Change mode tries to pop this one in the centre, doesn't manage to get there. Toby, 0 boost. Amazing save there by Smove. If he didn't get that, then it was already a 1-0 deficit, but thank God he managed to jump when he did. Rick Rowe, he's going to take this one away. Probably going to try and take it up the wall. Does get intercepted by Lol. And I'm going to say Lol because it's quite funny. Probably Lola. But Lol just manages to go, Lol, I scored. Unlucky. So yeah, DSQ do take the early lead with 1 minute and 16 seconds played of this match already.
Yes, and I expect them to continue, as being first in league play doesn't come without an inch of productivity, efficiency, and just overall skill, as LOL, as you want to say, gets a 50. EO4 now, putting it into the opposition half. LOL looking for a 50, does get it, although the possession does go to Azteca. Now, being in rival, it's going to be quite tough to break through either team. And as well, I do say that, and Azteca just breaks through. It's obviously just a fluke within the DSQ defense, as honestly, that shouldn't be going in.
There's no flukes there. Look, Rick Rowe knew exactly what he was doing. Lol was nowhere to be seen. Popping it in the back of the net. It's like, thank you very much. Me and my mate Toby, we're taking this one away from DSQ. Because DSQ, you're going home. We don't want you anymore. You might have won the league. Yeah, you might have won at the start of the season, throughout the whole of the season. But guess what? We're in playoffs now, and we're going to show you who's boss. Toby, can he get the double touch? Yes, he can. Can he get a triple? No, he can't. Oh, and it nearly gets in the back of the net. That's such a shame.
It is. And, well, the defense is coming through for DSQ, and yeah, it's not what you want to see, but every good team has a good defense. As, well, the pressure's coming back onto DSQ as Fall does. Gets a demo. Change now, has to control the ball, maybe going for a clear. Gets one touch past one. Now EO4. It's a little bit awkward, goes for a corner 50, doesn't quite get it. Now Low has his 100 boost. And changed out, a little bit awkward, passes it to Mob, and it's in!
As Azteca going, thank you very much for that 3 ball, because I am going to take it and pop it straight in the back of your net. So again, look, DSQ, I'm so sorry to anyone that's watching that's a DSQ fan, but, you know, Azteca is going to be taking this one away from him and going, see you later, you're going home, we're going through. Rick Rowe, I'm sure, will be wanting it. Smove and Mr. Toby himself got in possession at the moment. Look, he's just trying to play it around him. Manages to just alter the ball just a little bit. We've got a little double commit there by Smolv and Toby. Okay, well, obviously not only does it happen in Academy, it clearly happens in Rival too.
And, well, anything below Elite really is just the same. Obviously, Rival is going to be a little bit more consistent with a higher level of mechanics the majority of the time, as, well, you don't see these type of play in Academy, especially going for the midfield pass from the ceiling. Doesn't quite get it now. Fall. Controls the ball in the air. Looks for a solo play. Gets a 50. Doesn't
bang
through. Toby misses pretty much an open net. And honestly, that's what we really want as DSQ fans. And Lolly now getting the 50, puts it into midfield, and no one's there. It's very passive from Change and Law, and it really seems like if DSQ want to break through here, they need at least 2 people up, and the last one not really fully committing. And well, Lolly has a 100 boost, 22 now, and Change gets a 50 midfield, and this is what I've been saying. EO4 at the back gives Azteca a little bit of time, and really, if DSQ want to win the series, they can't give them that time, as the pressure will come back, and the counter attacks obviously very prevalent in Rival, as the defense usually isn't too high of a quality.
Clearly, the being on stream has got the touch for DSQ. They obviously don't like being on stream because they managed to do it within league play, but they just can't seem to do it when it means most. Change mode just a little bit too high there. Lol manages to get a shot on net, but gets absolutely saved away by my good old mate Toby. Come on, Toby, you've got this. Let's carry Azteca right to the end. But again, that's a shot on net. That's hitting the crossbar with a good old.
No! The open net miss.
With only 15 seconds left of this match, will DSQ manage to score and take this to overtime, or will it be an Azteca victory? 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. The ball's still alive. It's in the back of the net.
Oh, it's a goal! And Molv on the face cam, he doesn't listen. Very happy about that. He's laughing, but in the inside, he's just disappointed that EO4 gets a 0-second goal, and it's going to overtime. And honestly, that must be a relief for the Caligo players, as they now have a second chance just to win the first game. And undoubtedly, the first game is probably one of the more important games within the series, as it determines the momentum coming through. And the offense coming through Azteca, it's not quite enough. And Lolly, a little bit awkward there, couldn't get the touch he wanted. Change, putting it to the corner. Can EO4 put it in midfield? Not quite. Lolly now, he has to challenge. He does. Wants to put it midfield. Can an Azteca get on top of it? He can, but he goes straight back to your fort. Change now. Putting it on the sidewall. Doesn't get the second touch, and now the possession's gone to Azteca. Lol. Gets a 50. Toby still on the ball. Can change
Toby
50.
with a fake.
Honestly. It's fine. But honestly, the Azteca and the TSQ players, they're both putting on a show today.
Tizok are giving it their all. It's a shame that did go in for overtime, but whoever, like you said, whoever does take this overtime will set the momentum for the rest of this series. I almost guarantee it. I guarantee you, Caligo, they probably didn't want this the way it's going. They probably wanted an easy 3-0 sweep, but Azteca has given as good as they get. You've got Toby, Rickrow, and Smove there, and Smove just looks calm and collected. If you look at that face cam there, he's just calm. He don't care. He's just like, yeah, I'm still here. Look at me go. Look, we're just going to take this one nice and slow, nice and easy.
Oh.
And the absolute diving in save there. Let's see. Well, the minute and 38 gone of this overtime. How long are we actually going to go before someone breaks that deadlock?
And, well, that's what we're here to find out as Fall puts into midfield and possession, and the counter-attack goes for Caligo. And the 50 comes through from Marv, does well. Fall now on 0. I was about to say on 0, but he's not on 0. He's on a solo play. Now Fall gets the pinch on the ground, gets the bump as well. Now, whose possession is this going to fall to? Law gets the 50 now, but Fall has possession. Fall now gets the interception off the pass. Fall puts it onto the sidewall. Toby gets the clear, but it's not too difficult to start from the caliber.
Bang!
Didn't. Oh my god! I'm speechless. I'm completely speechless.
I did wonder if it was going to go in there. Rick Rowe with the first shot on. Lowell does get the touch that he really didn't want to get, but he was bumped into it. And then Smove just goes, see you later. Thanks for the clear up. We're taking game number 1.
And, well, it's an important game. It's a very important game for both these teams, as, well, it's a close game as well. It shows the prominence of playing as a team, and both teams did that pretty well. However, Caligo, they've already suffered one defeat to an arguably better team, and now they have to prove to themselves, do they deserve to stay in the playoffs?
That is the question. But again, you've got the 9 shots from Azteca and the 10 shots from DSQ. So everyone had the right amount of shots. It's just who converted it into that last goal, which Tizok managed to do. It took them long enough, but they managed to break through the DSQ side. Is that going to affect TSQ's mental a lot? Or is it going to be like, yeah, do you know what? We took it to overtime. It was just unfortunate. Let's go next. We should be able to reverse sweep these guys. Well, it was not even a reverse sweep. It'll be a 3-1 victory. But I know you're rooting for DSQ, and I know I'm rooting for Azteca. So we go to Forbidden Temple, which is one of my least favourite maps. Funny enough, it's a visually stunning, but no good for me because I always seem to lose on the pitch. So let's hope we don't get any losers on this one. The only loser we really want is Caligo, because Tizok is going to take this game away from him. And if I see that again, that Rhino's favourite map, that's because Rhino doesn't play Rocket League, he's just good at casting it.
He likes the visuals, as we like to say, and straight away, Toby gets the interception, and it's just an open net. This isn't what we want to see from DSQ. Stop giving Azteca the ball. It's probably not a good idea, and especially when your teammates are just not back to defend.
Well, you know, it's like Toby, MVP again. When Smarv passes this into the centre, Toby is going to be lurking with full tank of boost, ready to pop it into the centre. So his mate Rickrow come in and it was there. The option was there. He just didn't want it. He didn't chance it. These guys on Azteca, they clearly are rooting for a tootin', and they want this one done and dusted. Bang!
They get a second. Fault out. Rick out. He's making his idol proud, getting that goal, as he just slots it in between two Caligo defenders. And 40 seconds in, and 2 goals already for Azteca. This isn't what we want to see as Caligo fans. The defense isn't appropriate, and we really need to step it up. Stop passing under the ball, rotate accordingly, have that communication, and that's how they want to win this game. And team play is the only way you can really win in Rival. As solo players, they don't quite cut it, and it's pretty obvious through the result of this game. And putting it into the corner, see if he can go out. EO4 in the backboard, good positioning from him, and doesn't get the second. Change just kind of sat in net. Don't know what he's doing there, but he goes for 50. Now Fall gets 1 touch, goes for a second, gets the dunk. Now Morv probably wanting to go for a 50, gets 1 touch to Toby. Change gets the good 50. Can they clear this ball? They can't. It's still in the Caligo half as Fall gets 1. Doesn't get 1 touch. He gets past him. And Change looking for maybe a mid pass. Doesn't quite get it. Gets a second touch though. Is anyone midfield? No. Fall gets the touch. And, well, the pressure's gone.
The pressure is gone extremely bad. You look to the DSQ players there, not a single one of them apart from EM4 had half a tanker boost left for a good half minute, 45 seconds then, and they've just kept pushing the ball back out to at least try and get them a chance to get some boost. But now they've got some boost, will they actually manage to do anything? The plays between Toby and Rico, incredible. Like, you see them just looking for each other the whole time. I guarantee you, if they win this round, Rico will be giving everyone a Rick roll. He'll be playing that meme saying, look at us, never going to give you up, never going to let you down, because we're never going to desert you. Toby's going to try and pass that back to no one, because no one else is there. Pass it into the middle for his opposing team, but again, composure by the team of Azteca. 2 minutes left of this game, and Toby will just pop that in the back of the net. Come on, DSQ, wake up, where are you?
Well, honestly, it just seems like the panic and just the overcommit of the Caligo defense is probably what led them to lose that series as well. And, well, it's showing up a little bit more in Game 2. It's looking to change the 3-0 scoreline right now. It goes onto the backboard. Is anyone there?
Wow!
4 doesn't quite get it through as EO4, I did not see this coming. He jumped in the midfield, and Lol does a very good job just getting it past. And wow, the Azteca defenders just wasn't ready for the passing play.
No, they really wasn't. You see him coming in there. Smorv did manage to do a squishy-ish save, and I'm going to say squishy-ish save because he managed to get it as he come out of the net. With 0 boost, manages to save it, but still the DSQ side managed to pop it in the back. It was a shame, but again, EM4 trying to pass that back to a teammate. Lol will intercept here. Rico does manage to bump him out of the way, and bumps and demos. You haven't seen a lot of them come through at the moment, but it doesn't seem to matter with the fact of Azteca. They just still have control of the ball, trying to pop it over. EMO4 will get demoed, and as I'm talking about demos, that's where Rico gets the demo on EM4 to make sure it was open for the rest of his team.
Yeah, and well, it is a good play. It is a very good play from Tizok, and it's hard to watch as a DSQ fan, and well, it's recoverable. 1 minute, 3 goals. It is recoverable, but in this game, it does look like Azteca does just have the game here, and well, the only thing that I can really see changing is from a timeout. And EO4 here, there is 1 man in defense for Azteca, and again, the defense just completely walls any sort of.
Can Toby get it?
He can't. He really
Such a
can't.
shame. Oh, I honestly thought he had that little bump. He didn't have any boost left, but he had the bump on him, and I thought the bump was just enough to catch him off guard. But Toby tries to pop it in the middle. Rick Rowe's already up. Can he get there? No, he can't. Smorv still putting the pressure on. 30 seconds left of this match. DSQ needs something, and they need something right now, because this game is well and truly nearly over. And if you don't score, if you could do a gentlemates here, like I always like to say, after gentlemates did that absolutely astronomical comeback at Worlds, at Major 2. If you don't do that, okay, as I said, if you do something like that, you can at least have a chance. But it's going to have to be a reverse sweep with only 6 seconds left of this match if they don't get a goal off this kickoff.
Yeah, and, well, I don't see it happening, as kickoff goals in Rival, they're not very common to my knowledge. And, well, yeah, there goes the game. It's 2-0 to Tizok, and I'm gonna guess that DSQ is gonna call a timeout. If they do not, then I see that as a blunder, honestly. But we'll see what they do here. But I do have to ask you, what do you think that Azteca is doing right that Khalid Go just cannot get their head around?
Just shutting them down. Yeah, you can see how much possession that Azteca have got, or Tizok have got. And it's just the constant in their face. Every time they want to go for a pass, that's the other people are in the right place at the right time. And that's what I mean. So you see, going forward, how you've literally got to reverse sweep now. You have got no other choice. You literally have to reverse sweep, or that is it. You're done. You're dusted. See you later. You've lost your first game today. You've lost your second game, and you've let the people that got 5th in the league before you now move forward to Forbidden Temple. I can't see DSQ taking this one. They might take one game. I think that's all they're going to get.
As a DSQ fan, I don't know if I can see it happening. I hope the best for them, and I know the star potential from the Caligo side is there. As I said right at the beginning, they were first in league play, and they know how to play Rocket League to some extent, right? Rival is as very much a middle tier, and obviously it does come to their day, but it's kind of hard to watch because Azteca, they are actually moving as a team, whereas the communication between the Caligo side isn't quite getting there. I mean, set by example from ELC. Oh, well, he doesn't need a team. He doesn't need a team. He could just seeding shot, he could solo play, he can do whatever he wants, you know, because for some reason Azteca just, they foiled.
I think they were, as you can see, Smarv there laughing on the camera. I think they bumped each other. They didn't mean to bump each other, but they bumped each other. None of them could get back in time, and it was oh dear, oh well, we get one goal off. It looks like there's about to be an own goal as well. Oh, what a save by Smarv! Absolutely incredible. And the response is an instant goal from Rico. Rico, you are going to be playing that meme, I can almost guarantee it, because change mode was just not quick enough. Popped it over his head. See you later, 1-1 instantaneously.
I genuinely feel like this is impossible to predict, because one thing happens, you think, oh yeah, DSQ's back, you know, and well, Azteca just showing that anything can happen within the rival tier. As well, Morv looking for a touch in the midfield. Super get it. Change getting the 50. There is one man back for Azteca. He's just flipped the wrong way, and the counter attack's coming back for Azteca now onto Caligo as they have possession. Toby gets the 50 into the corner. Can he get the mid pass? He doesn't. He gets another touch here though, and Fall, he has possession, gets one touch straight to change. Good positioning from him. Now EO4, he's in an awkward position. Morv comes from the wrong angle, puts it into the corner now. Lol, looking for 50, does get it now. Change, he has a little bit of time. What's he going to do with it? EO4 gets one touch, and well, if you look at the boost counts on all these players, they're all on pretty much underneath 50, and that's not really what you want to see. When you look at the Azteca boost count, they all have at least 25 boosts, and at least one person on that team has over 80.
So I always say, who needs boost? As long as you can get the save on that line and it's not going in the back of your net, 12 boosts is all you need. And I'll tell you a person told me that, Meaty Pig. Meaty Pig told me, if you've got 12 boost, that's all you need. As long as you can save it, as long as you can get up to it, you can jump and jump again, and you'll be able to go save that goal. So, yeah, all right. You might need boost to do some fancy aerial plays or, you know, manage to get up for a 50. But as long as you don't let it go in the back of your net like that, yeah, you're all good. So, yeah, EMO4 there. Does manages to get it round one. Schmarv wasn't sure and then jumps at the last minute. Does manage to put it round him. That's what more you need from DSQ. With nearly half the game gone, can you see them doing any more and keeping on this lead?
I mean, if you're an Azteca fan, you know that Azteca can just score a goal out of nowhere, as demonstrated earlier in the game. And Change, looking for 50. Honestly, I think DSQ just needs one more goal to kind of consolidate their lead. And 2 minutes, it's iffy. DSQ can definitely concede here as Lol gets one touch. Mov beats Lol to the ball, goes into the midfield. It was on target, changed luckily there. Goes for a 50, he'll fall out, gets one touch. Toby's up already, and he gets one touch. Mov goes into the middle. Is there any Azteca players there? There aren't. Change gets a clear. Toby looking for a touch. Change goes into the midfield. Doesn't quite get the touch he wanted, having to rotate back. And Mov looking for the counter attack, goes into the backboard. Is there another Azteca player there? There isn't. And again, it's just back and forth. And 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. And I'm not going to jinx it here, but it looks like DSQ might have a chance of winning this game.
Oh, I honestly thought Toby was going to get a little nudge on that then. Rico, does he manage to chop it down in front? No, he can't. Change mode is there on the backboard waiting. So again, good positioning. He didn't have any boost, but again, like I said, no boost doesn't mean you can't save the ball, because you can put it out of the opponent's possession and at least you've got half a chance. With nearly 1 minute left of this game, is this the faltering by Azteca, or is this just a blip in the machine? I said 3-1 in my prediction to Azteca. Could it be a 3-0 though? All they need is that one goal in that next 50 seconds, and then it is game. And then it would have been game to Azteca, but Caligo might be able to take this one away from Azteca with nearly 30 seconds left of this match. They need something, and they need something now. And Wilkie's disappeared.
Ooh, I do apologise, my mic was muted. You know, you have to talk sometimes when the mic's muted, and it's a goal. So, you know, when I'm silent, Caligo just folds in defence, right? I need to keep talking. Toby just getting the upper net. It's very unfortunate there that the Caligo defence just couldn't get there. There was basically none anyway. As EO4 now looking to reconsolidate their lead. 2-2, probably going to overtime, however. And EO4 looking for a little bit of pressure. Low's in the midfield, doesn't quite get it. EO4 now, last chance to deter the overtime, doesn't quite get that. Change gets the second touch, however, and Azteca is horribly out position, so if TSQ can get there, they can't, and the Azteca players just let it down.
Overtime, Lumen. This is golden goal for Azteca. Match point in the back of the net, and Rico will be showing that Rickroll to Caligo and DSQ because he's just made him look completely stupid. That's it. It's game over. See you later. Bye-bye. We were maybe we were only 5th in the league. You were number 1, but guess what? You're going home and we're still here. 6-7 is the number. And Toby, if he's not MVP, I would not be surprised. It's either Toby or Rico. I am almost sure.
I mean, yeah, I do have to say Azteca did play very well in the series. It was fairly unfortunate that Caligo couldn't get the wins that they wanted. However, if you look at the stats here, I mean, 8 goals to 10 isn't too bad of a shout, but the shots from Caligo as well, just beating Azteca. So, ironically, it does show that stats don't mean everything, and Azteca is a prime example of that.
No, you are right. Like you think you got there. The demos were about average. The saves, obviously, more for DSQ. The shots, 24 for 25. Like, it was just unfortunate that DSQ could never sort of, get out of first gear. They had the chances. They had the options to get there, but for some reason, just didn't go anywhere. I want to see who's MVP, because that's what I am really interested in seeing MVP. Because I said it was Toby or Rico, and there you go. Like I said, I was right. Here is Rico. 7 shots, 4 goals. All rounder. That's the way I describe Rico. He's an all rounder. It wasn't just saving them goals. He wasn't just shooting, but the demos seemed to be their play. Azteca seemed to be putting out them demos, and that's what's putting the back line off and sending Caligo home to bed.
Yeah, Fall is a very respectable player, and well, I do believe he was elite last season. And coming back into Rival, he's showing his dominance. And of course, it was unfortunate that they didn't do too well within league play. They made it. They're continuing their run, and I think they're going to go quite far, depending on their opponents here. I think, yeah, we need to back it up, boy. And it's Vortex, the number 1 seed from their conference now, and I think that's going to be a very interesting game. With the form that Tizok is on, Vortex might have a little bit of an issue, as Shinjuru, their previous game, didn't look quite on form. So we'll have to see how they do.
It's quite an interesting matchup for the next one with Tizik versus Vortex, because I've already watched one Vortex match today, and they didn't look like they were ready to fight. Whereas Tizok, on the other hand, they were ready and they wanted to fight. So that's gonna whoever's watching this next one, whoever's casting for it, you've got a good game on your hands. I can almost guarantee it. But thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm going to be leaving you, and I think Wilkie, I think we'll be too. But we will be back very shortly for the next game. See you all soon.
You struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will tailor to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
This isn't just merch, it's what teams wear when they mean business. Every stitch, every print, every detail, made to perform. Trusted by the grind, from grassroots to championship halls. Build your team store. Wear the brand that wins. SpartanWare, trusted by the grind.
empty your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Empty hearts and neon lights.
struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will cater to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
This isn't just merch, it's what teams wear when they mean business. Every stitch, every print, every detail, made to perform. Trusted by the grind, from grassroots to championship halls. Build your team store. Wear the brand that wins. SpartanWare, trusted by the grind.
Welcome back, everyone, to the RSCB stream for the final game of the night, at least here. And not on mainstream. Mainstream is going to continue, but we have our lowest semi-finals. TikTok versus Vortex. These two teams been really strong showing in the lower bracket. TikTok making a basically miracle run off of their spot in the play-ins. But I'm joined here by Wilkie, who was just on the last game with Danke, and I'm essentially transferred over from the mainstream to come and join you. But how you doing, dude?
I'm doing very well. I mean, it's always a pleasure to be on stream, and well, we do have a very good game coming up, don't we? But, you know, it's going to be interesting considering if you looked at last stream, we had first versus third, but now we have fifth versus first in the same conference this time, and you know it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. TikTok coming off of a win against Caligo, played very well, I have to say. Honestly, they just looked like such a solid roster. They played very well together as a team, individually as well. Everything just really clicked for that team, and well, I don't know exactly how Vortex went. How do you feel it went?
Yeah, that was a one-sided one. So that was actually a matchup between first and second in that conference. One thing I think that's kind of stuck with these playoffs is that the league standings really haven't meant anything, to be honest. Vortex getting swept by 20R in their upper bracket, and bear in mind 20R were lower than Shinjuru. You know, and Shinjuru got obliterated by them. So, you know, if you're trying to go off of matchups based on their standings in the league, like your logic falls apart, basically. But yeah, TikTok, for example, though, they were fifth in the league, right? And they've just swept both lower bracket games, also going into the play-ins. They're looking really strong. Vortex looking strong too, based on what I just saw, because they just casted with Veiled on the mainstream, their match against Shinjuru. I was thinking that they were going to come out on top, but no, Vortex completely had something to say about it. But you know, in terms of predictions, we do have a lineup of talent predictions, though. I hear we can kind of see maybe where these orgs stand in everyone's predictions, and you can see actually there Tizok kind of making it into the top 4 for most.
Yeah.
But also there's a lot of clouds mixed in too. You notice.
Yeah, there definitely is, and it does really show how close the rival tier is, as everyone just can't get a hold of what the rival tier would be like. For example, you have Satao with Forge at the top, which was drastically wrong as it comes out to be, and we have a mix of first. We have a couple of thirds in there as well from 20 Rocketeers and Momentum. So it's a very interesting thing of how close every match is and how matchups actually come to be in this tier, considering how different each caster's predictions are.
Yeah, it's a bit of a confusing mess. That's how I describe it. I mean, everyone's predictions all over the place. But talk about predictions, I guess we can talk about our predictions for the series.
Yeah.
As we were discussing before we obviously came on air, that this is essentially a Tizok team stream.
It is, yeah. We love Tizok. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go first. I'm going to predict a 3-1 win for Tizok. I do think that I forgot the name of the team. Deathcloud will look a very strong last game. So I do think that they have the tools to try and take some sets from Tizok. But based on the momentum that Tizok have, I still think they're going to take the win. What about you, though?
I also think it's going to be 3-1. I do feel like Vortex will push a little bit. They might catch Tizok a little bit off guard. However, considering how Tizok has been playing in the play-ins and playoffs, I think they might be a little bit too much. Their team players are very structured. You have the likes of Toby, you have Fall, and you also have Magic. All very good players within RSC, and they've been here for a while. To my knowledge, at least, Fall was an elite player. Magic was also an elite player a season ago. I think it was last season. And I don't exactly know Toby's past history in the RSC. However, I do know he's a pretty good player. And, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, a lot of talent coming into this. As we have Manfield Knight coming across the screen right now. Players are in the lobby. So in just a moment, we'll get them going. But Tizok versus Vortex. Of course, if either of these teams lose, whoever loses is out. As we are in the lower bracket. Semi-finals coming in, not too long left for the playoffs, to make it through to that grand finals and go for that bracket reset too, of course. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. Let me just tell the players to send it, join their sides, and we'll get the action on the way. But I'm super excited to see if Tizok going to be continuing their miracle run through the play-ins, playoffs, or if Vortex can shut them down. But away we go.
Yes. And straight away, the possession goes into Azteca hands as Toby looks to get it out, doesn't quite get it. Straight away, the pressure's coming on to Azteca as TJ Thorpe pretty much just gives the ball to Mov in this situation as it goes into the midfield, much to the dismay of the Tizok players. Now, Fall looking for a solver, doesn't quite get it. Toby trying to get a touch, it doesn't fall through. However, Mov gets it going onto the ceiling, gets one straight to Toby, might be a shot on net, and it's straight in the goal. 1-0 to Tizok.
That was beautiful. Just Toby beating TJ to the ball, and Stealthy's not able to get back in time for it. Stealthy being a bastion of defense in the last game, and Toby finding an opportunity for us for a goal there. But Tizok, in favor of our predictions, taking an early lead now, trying to make it something move off the kickoff. Oh, a bit of a pass to Rickau. Is anyone there? Magic's there for the defense. There's a weak touch to the side. We tried to get a follow-up clear, but it's not going to work. And it's just kind of sat in the midfield floating, but TJ manages to clear it out of harm's way. He's going to continue on, try and gets the reset, but nice save coming from Shmov. Starty Wolf trying to position himself on net. The ball is just going to keep to the side. Shmov, no boost though. It's going to bumped away by TJ. Magic's there waiting. It's going to take it up. Try goes for a double tap. Maybe characteristic of what he's been doing so far, but not really going to result in anything. As right now we have Tizok on the defense. Oh, risky move carrying it across the net, but no one's there to punish him for it, as he completely sends it to the other side of the field. But we're still trying to find something to connect for Vortex right now.
Yeah, of course. And, well, as we said before, it does really show that Tizok is just one of those teams where the team plays kind of unmatched in the tier, as Toby gets one over, maybe trying to get the done, can't quite get it. Stealthy Wolf wants to get second, he's unable to do so, and possession's back into Tizok hands. TJ gets the interception, leaves it for Stealthy Wolf. Let's see what he can do. He has 0 boost, however, he wants to put a little bit of pressure, gets the demo on somebody, and he goes into the midfield, doesn't quite lead to anything, and the counter attack comes from Vortex here. Stealthy Wolf gets a 50, TJ gets a secondary 50, goes into the corner here. Fall Tao gets one touch, gets a second. Maybe you can put it into the midfield for a mid pass. Toby was there, but he's just facing away. Now, can he collect the ball? He leaves it back. I'm guessing he's going to leave it Fall. He does. Now, Fall, what can he do? He gets one touch. TJ though, he does get the interception here, and it does really seem that
Wide open.
Tizok, it's just one of those teams, you know. It really just seems like they cannot be beaten.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful demo onto TJ, and Magic just can't do anything to stop that ball as it flies towards the net. Tizok finding an opening there, completely punishing Vortex for it. But great communication coming through from them to hold on to their lead, and their defense holding strong against this Vortex side. Stealthy trying to make something happen there. TJ, again, trying to make these more conventional infield passes, but it's not really working against Tizok. We might have to see if we can change up the way that we're attacking at the minute, because it's not really going through this the golden wall that is Azteca right now, and off the wall. Schmorvis gonna save that, they don't have no trouble. Oh, weak touch from Trickow. Toby's gonna have to cover for that one as Stealthy blocks it. And right now, no one's really in a position to follow it through except Schmorv, who just passes it back to the opposition. Toby catches that one, and ball's again floating right now, and so much space being given to Tizok. And no real aggression. It looks like it's an opportunity to score, and Toby down the middle. Man. And the Vortex defense, if it was disrupted by a bump or something, but nothing really happening there. No, Stealthy just misreads it, and it just leaves it open for Toby to take that goal. And now they're 3-0 up.
What I love from this Tizok side is they just give their opponents no space and no time to recover. Mauve just giving his teammates that time. Fall with the mechanics, he's just great. And Toby, well, he's there to finish it. And 3-0, 1 minute left. It's hard to see Vortex coming back into this game as Fall gets it past one. Toby doesn't quite get what he wants. Now Stealthy Wolf, can he get the shot? Oh. He does get the shot. It was a very good angle, but it doesn't quite come through. Now, the pressure was going to come back onto a counter attack. Doesn't quite happen now. Stealthy Wolf gets a 50. The pressure is resolved. Now, can Vortex get their one goal? And they do! TJ Thor with the crossbar down shot. This is kind of what Vortex needs.
Oh, the replay, just like that demo getting in the way of what we saw. But yeah, just TJ making something happen there. Again, it's still a long way to go for them to try and get to overtime at least. 30 seconds, they're going to need a goal. Every 15 seconds, it's going to have to be Vortex on the ball for the rest of the game as TJ pops it up middle. Both Tizok players going up for that. Magic's there waiting in the corner. Stealthy goes for a shot. Blocked away by Rick out. And he goes for the rotation, but he's got no boost to work with. He's not going to be able to make anything happen there. And it's now them trying to recover that offense. As TJ tries to pop it up, but no, it's Tizok on the attack again. And it's looking all but done and dusted right now. This first match of the series going the way of Tizok. Super well played by them. Vortex finding something, but it's just a little bit too late into the series. As we wait for something to hit the ground, maybe we'll consolation goal. No, Magic's going to shut that one down, and we have a clear and decisive winner for our first match. Tizok
Our team, Tizok, is just one of those teams. They just cannot be defeated. If you look at the stats, Marv and Toby topping the leaderboards 1 point away from each other. And all the goals go to Toby. And that really says something about not only how the team dynamics work, but also about how good their offense is, as Marv gets all the assists, get all the goal participation, getting 3 assists there, and Toby getting 3 goals. Ball only 182 points. However, it doesn't really matter because, well, he's done his job. 3-1 to Tizok, and this is really what we need going into game 2, right?
Yeah, well, 8 shots on the side of Vortex, only 1 connecting. So it really speaks to the defensive side of Tizok as well, as they're really able to punish those mistakes from the defensive Vortex too. So, you know, all-rounder team, really. Vortex really struggling against them like to make anything happen, but let's see if they can claw a point back or if it's Tizok taking them to match point as we enter our next match of the series. We have an even kickoff right there. It's going to follow that one through after getting the side boost. It just goes into the hands of Magic. He's now trying to make something happen. Off the sidewall, tries to go for the pinch. Good challenge from Smorv. And TJ goes for the 50. It's into Stealthy now. Can he get a double tap? He can. That's a beautiful follow-up from Stealthy. Defense just sat there in the net, not able to do anything. TJ, it's the 50 from Smorv actually that allows this to happen, and Rika flies up for it. He does read that the double tap's coming, but he's just a little off to the side, and that's Vortex finding an answer to this Tizok side early on. So, well played by them.
Awesome. It's really not what you want to see as a Tizok fan. And Toby now, maybe getting a 50 into the midfield. It's not quite on target, Marv wanting something. And Toby looking for another mid pass, doesn't quite get there. And the pressure is completely relieved. Fall now, needs to get the touch, he does. Smorv gets another one, gets the interception. And it falls straight onto Toby's lap. What can he do with it? He gets past one, he gets bumped, however. Again, the ball just falls to him, and this is one of those games where it's mechanics versus game sense in this instance, because at the moment it does seem like Vortex is just completely playing burn dead, but it works. They have scored 1 goal. It's up to Tizok now on how to proceed, because we do love to see how their team works. Fall now, wanting to get another disruption, couldn't quite get there. Toby getting outplayed almost. Magic looking for something to do, couldn't quite get there. Morv putting it to the midfield. Can Toby get on the end of it? He can, and it's another goal. 1-1 for Tizok.
Toby just taking all the goals this time. Smorv set him up nicely. Just back pass. Magic goes in for a clear of some sorts, but it's just completely caught off guard by Toby's approach there, and we've equalized the series. Vortex had a good start, but Tizok have clawed it back nicely. Toby trying to make something happen. That's on the sidewall. Stealthy's going to challenge that one, but Carl passing it back. Stealthy's able to intercept it. TJ goes in for something, but doesn't really have any boost. Gets a nice reset basketball bump onto that one. It doesn't really seem like anything's happening for them. Tizok just kind of trying to let this Vortex side go to them and immediately go on the counter attack there. Magic carrying the dribble, pass over to Stealthy. Stealthy's actually going to miss that one, so gives possession back over to Recount. TJ gets a pinch off the ceiling, but again, it's just going back to them. It's really trying to deny the offense of Tizok, but doesn't really offer them anything in return. As we got a ball dropping down in front of the net, but no one's able to capitalize. Magic goes for a pinch. It's awkward. Toby now on the ball. It's a 50. Hopefully it goes back to Tizok's side. It's not going to go anywhere near their net. See if Toby can get a redirect here. No, it doesn't work out. Shorv now got a lot of space to work with on this midfield. Kyle goes for it. Like, Stealthy carries it back. Can they make something happen? Magic down the middle. He makes it happen. Right hand side. Just a simple pass down. Exactly how Tizok did to them. And it just off the backboard, simple follow-up for Magic there, and they have reclaimed their lead in the series.
A very disappointing goal, to say the least. The overcommit from the Tizok offense, it's really not what you want to see. And looking at this, how they won the first game was very patient. They were waiting for them, as you said, for them to come to them. And, well, yes, taking the ball to them and putting on some offense and some pressure is a good thing, as much as it is. Defense is very important as well. You can't just leave one man, last man, when you are playing as good of a roster as Vortex. Now, Toby, what can he do? He wants one touch into the midfield. He just get one and fall. Fall, getting the angle from the corner, putting it underneath two of the Vortex players. That's the type of player that will win them the series.
That's beautiful. Beautiful mechanics there. Beautiful angle. What a way to equalize the scoreline. And this one's turning out to be real close. Could come down to the last second. Could come down to overtime. Right now, Vortex getting one back every time Tizok scoring. So it's good for them. But Tizok not going to take it lying down. TJ with a shot. Stealthy was there to follow up, but the defense carried it away. Toby clears it. It's challenged by Magic. Magic really putting a lot of pressure on them. We have the ball in no man's land. Small's going to pick it up. Gets a nice tap onto it. Counter attack. It's going to be blocked by Rickau, actually. Stealthy tries to make something happen, but he misses the ball and falls down. Rickau is going to make him pay. Really unfortunate from Stealthy there. He goes up for it. Missed reads it off the backboard. And it's just a simple... Essentially just tap into the net. And now Vortex with one step back as Tizok can now take the lead.
Yeah, it's very, I have to say again, disappointing from Vortex at this point. Two misses from the defenders isn't really what you want to see. It does show that Rival is very much on the day of a tier. Now Magic gets one touch, passes it to TJ4, but what can he do? He gets intercepted by Marv, and if you are a Tizok player, this is kind of what you want to see, but this is not. Magic putting it in the top corner, and it comes from, again, a Marv 50. This is pretty devastating, as 15 seconds left. It's very unlikely that we do get another goal before OT. And having this in mind, OT, we haven't had an OT with this roster, I do not think. We've only had one OT. Oh, well, we might not even see it. We might not even see it. Toby, with the demo, I have to say, he might be a star player for this roster.
The curse coming through, the Tizok curse. The Tizok team streamcast coming in. They got something to say about your remark about no goal being scored. 10 seconds in off the kickoff, and it does just go the way of Tizok there. And all of that work, Magic putting in, scoring 2 goals, always something to say about it. No, Toby's going to deny them as he tries to pop the ball down, and it is going to hit the ground. Tizok going to match point now, 2-0 up in the series. But what a well-fought one from Vortex. Really felt like they were trying to make so many things happen, and a lot connecting this time.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't really have it last time, but they really came back to fight them. We've got a timeout coming in. For, I believe, Vortex. So we got a bit of a second to kind of sit back and really take a view of what just went on, because that was a really, for me, that's probably got to hurt for Vortex, right? Because they had an answer for everything that Tizok threw of them, and then just to have that last goal in the last 10 seconds, it's got to sting. So I appreciate them maybe taking a second to review what just happened. And yeah, I don't know, what do you think Vortex need to do? Because it just seems like Tizok have got something to say for everything that Vortex have really been kind of throwing at them.
Yeah. I mean, it's very interesting, and of course this timeout is exactly what they needed. I always believe that if you've gone 1 goal or 2 goals games down, it's probably beneficial that you do take your time out, as of course you do have time to just look over the game and see what's happened. Now, in my opinion, all the goals that came from Tizok onto Vortex, it was a very much a communication and positioning mistake, because one player would go and there would only be one player last man, for example, and it'd be on 0 boost or something like that. They need to be more mindful of leaving one person last man and having that rotation that will keep the game in flow and allow the boost management to be solid enough to where they can save any shot at any given time. As well, I have to say the midfield isn't exactly the best that we've seen, and we need to see more 50s, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely a lot of like plays connecting. I think that there was a lot of proactive offense for Vortex just throughout that whole match. I mean, it was so back and forth. It wasn't even one side winning out and then another side kind of coming back. It was blow for blow essentially for these teams, and I think that it's a good showing. It's a good showing for them. It's good to see that they have come alive. You know, it's not just a one-sided Tizok match. But yeah, I mean, as the timeout runs out, it's crunch time basically for them. But yeah, backs against all completely. So it's 2-0. It's 2-0 now. It's now or never, essentially.
Yeah, and well, it's not really what you want to see, but this is their last chance to go through. This is match point, and we just need something different from Vortex. Their offense, solid. Their defense, not so much, and they need to sort that out if they want to see even a game going their way. And, well, Morv with an amazing save straight away from the backboard, showing his defensive mechanics, and the pressure's already coming on, and fall in the right space, in the right time, with the right placement. 1-0 to Tizok. This is what you want to see if you're a Vortex fan.
That bounce just completely slotting itself like a feed goal between those two defenders. Rotation's not back quick enough, and Rick out with the follow-ups, doing really, really great work there to make it connect. As they take the 1 goal early. Still doesn't really mean much, but it's just a bit of a buffer for Tizok, at least going into the rest of it. TJ trying to make it clear. It's caught by Tizok now. Off the side wall. Smorf goes up for it. Gets beat by the defense. It looks kind of open. Magic's going to just pass this one midfield. TJ's there, but Toby's beats him to it. Starting with a shot. Toby again with a save. Making quick work of the offense. And it's back to Magic once again to try and make something happen. Rickoff's is going to catch that one. Stealthy with the challenge. TJ goes up for it. Gets a nice 50. It goes straight down, but Toby's going to catch that one. And all Magic with an attempt at a shot. No, Schmorv's going to deny that one. Another shot coming in from TJ. They are just firing shots one after the other, and one of them's going to connect. Hopefully. No. The savior, the defense coming in from Tizok is just too much for them to handle. Eventually, one of these should connect, right? They've got no boost. They're just hanging on for dear life, but Vortex, unfortunately, not able to get an answer. And they've finally given Tizok some space, and that's an open net. It's not. It's off the backboard. Oh, and is that...
Oh.
It is overextension from Vortex. Desperation really coming through from the offense, and that backboard hit was too strong. Schmorf, beautiful positioning on the midfield, had no boost at all. And wow, what a way to put yourselves 2-0 up.
I mean, it's just one half of the field to the other. It's basically ping pong between the Tizok players. They're playing between each other, and it's just immaculate offense from Tizok. It's just Morv getting the touch over one, hits the backboard and falls there to collect. It's all you need in Rival, and it's taking them pretty far, and that's what you really want to see if you're a Tizok fan. And it's great to see that a team can act with this type of caliber. Now Fall, he wants one. Can Morph get on the end of it? He can't. He gets a 50 though. Now Toby, can he get the touch? He can't. Now Magic puts the midfield, and it just counts to nothing, because giving away the ball in this type of series just isn't going to work. TJ now looking for a solo play, he gets one touch, he wants a second, he can't quite get it. Selby Wolf puts it on target, and there was no one in defense to stop it from going in. And this is the type of thing you want to see from Vortex. Just break them apart and get a shot on target.
Yeah, so the defense up, Schmorf going up for that one, but it hits the crossbar instead of going straight into net, which I think he was expecting. But 2 against 1 is never really going to favor the defender. Did you finally make something connect? Can they make? They've got mountain to climb. We had the same situation in an earlier series too. Weren't able to make it connect that time, and Raquel with his shot. Demon on offense. Let's pop back over to their side. They've got a bit of space to work with. And TJ's gonna challenge Toby again off the back wall. We could try to get a redirect clear. And again, all three Tizok defenders in the net. They are making a statement right now. They're giving all the space to Vortex. It just gives you this indication that they're so confident in what they can do on defense that they're happy to give Vortex all these opportunities. And the counter attack coming in. Can Raquel make a beat on Magic? No, he can't. And all of a sudden, they just completely switch into attack mode. The second they smell something for themselves, they go for it, right? They really had this dynamic approach to turtling back and then immediately going on the counter attack. And I think that's something that Tizok have really been able to execute well as a team in this series. And they're really showing it, Vortex, what they can do. But as time ticks down, it's less and less time for Vortex to make these counter attacks happen and get these goals. I don't know. It's only time will tell now. There's 1 minute left.
Yeah, and well, Vortex, you're running out of time, guys. Have to put in the midfield, play as a team, get some demos. I haven't seen much destruction off this team, and well, I don't think it's going to come out, as the defense from Tizok is actually just really strong. TJ looking for a double tap though. Nearly worked out, and that would have been essential for them to continue in the series. And the turtle, as you said, is not going to come out of its shell. They're staying there, they're keeping the defense, and they're not breaking. And with 30 seconds left, 2 goals up, that's all you really need to do. As Magic nearly got a shot on target, and it's just not coming through. Stealthy, wanting another touch, can't quite get it. Toby gets the interception. Now Fall, trying to waste as much time as possible. Magic trying to get it into the midfield, doesn't quite get it. TJ Fall puts into the midfield. Magic needs one touch, and he gets a goal! 1 goal needed for Vortex to come back into the series.
Yeah, there's just no boost. The bomb coming through onto Toby. Rakov's got no boost to work with to get back onto net. And eventually this flurry and swarm of attacks from Vortex, it does connect, but they've got 8 seconds left. That took so long. Tizok defense holding on so well right there.
Oh no.
As they face this 3-0, and it's just going to hit the ground. Tizok sweeping Vortex in the lower semifinals. They're going to go forward to those lower finals, and honestly, they deserve it, man. They've got such a strong run through this lower bracket play-ins and playoffs. But yeah, damn, look at that. Just completely one-sided. A lot of points on the side of Tizok too. A lot of defensive moves there too. It just felt like both sides, they were being consistent. Vortex, you could tell that they were fighting for it. They were trying so hard. They did get one back for their troubles towards the end of that one, but yeah, essentially it's just Tizok coming out on top. Vortex challenged them, but essentially going their way.
Yeah, and well, it is just extremely impressive from Tizok, coming from play-ins and making that lower bracket run. It's insane. 32 shots on the side of Vortex, and 21 saves coming out of Tizok. It shows how important defense is in Rival, because you only need 19 shots. You only need a 50+% shooting percentage on your team. And this type of thing from Tizok is completely unprecedented, and you wouldn't find this from any other team in Rival.
Yeah, absolutely. And I had an interesting stat given to me in the background by a lovely producer. It's actually the first time a team's gone from play-ins round 1 to win the whole thing, potentially. So this momentum, I hope that they carry it through. It'll also make Morv the first 4-time RSC winner, but series MVP for this one's going to go to Toby, who, you know, made a lot of those goals happen as well off the passes from Morv and his team, connecting a few really impressive shots by Rikov in that last one. But yeah, Toby being the all-rounder for this series, definitely well-deserved. But another 3-0 for them. They're really, really steamrolling through this lower bracket. You have to give it to them. They had such strong play. I alluded to it. They do really turtle up together, and they somehow manage to pull through, even though they have no boost. Like they're playing on low boost. That is a skill in itself to really position yourself in a way that it bridges that gap between the full tank of boost kind of coming at you and essentially nothing to work with on your side, and then their counter attacks just coming out in a flash as well. Just really impressive. And while both our predictions saw a set going to Vortex, Tizok going to completely shut them out and go 3-0.
I mean, they have completely subdued our expectations, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were favourites for the next series, considering how dominantly they've just completely dismantled Vortex. It's insane. And looking at their next potential opponents, it looks like it's probably going to be Continuum, as 20 Rocketeers 2-1 up. I've just got noticed that it's 2-2 in Game 4. So, you never know. It could go either way, but I do believe that Tizok is just one of those teams where they can do anything at any moment, and both of those teams in the upper final need to be extremely careful.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the best of 7 going into Game 4, so we are approaching the end of that one to see who will face Tizok in the next series. But that is it for the B stream today. Only mainstream matches left, and the winner of the Rivals tier will be decided later this evening as we watch the rest of the playoff bracket goes. But it's goodbye from me, goodbye from Wilkie, and we'll see you guys over there for some more action.
You struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will tailor to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
This isn't just merch, it's what teams wear when they mean business. Every stitch, every print, every detail, made to perform. Trusted by the grind, from grassroots to championship halls. Build your team store. Wear the brand that wins. SpartanWare, trusted by the grind.